We're going to face the flag.
Where's, oh.
It's just us three.
Oh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, take your seats. I'm going to make a motion to open up the special meeting of the Board of Trustees on May 2nd, 2024 at 4:35 p.m. I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Let me make a note for the record. Trustee Kane, it was unavailable today. Trustee Paleota was also unavailable. We have here in attendance the mayor, Trustee Carnwright, and Trustee Brain. All right. A lot of this stuff is pro forma, but we will go through this fairly quickly. All right. The first thing is to approve the annual Riverkeeper River Sweep cleanup event. You gentlemen are well familiar with it. I see you there every year. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the annual Riverkeeper River Sweep cleanup event on Saturday, April
May 4th.
May 4th, not April 20th. Yeah. All
How
right.
come this coming in?
Saturday, Carla reached out to me and just said that, she goes, I should have gotten the request in. They have a standing date to do it.
Yeah.
And it's no problem. Her only request was, and before I do the resolution, I'll say this, is that we allow obviously the volunteers that come from outside of the village and outside of the town to help. We will not be rigorously patrolling for non-permits down there for the volunteers.
For the day, yeah.
And then Dave Halverson and the DPW will have a crew ready to pick up the rubbish and the refuse and the garbage and the recyclables that will be bundled up on the side. So we do it every year. It's a wonderful thing. And I think last year and the year before, we actually had the biggest turnout on the Hudson, I think numbers wise, of volunteers. So what the request is to allow parking for volunteers and provide cleanup of trash and recyclables by the Department of Public Works after the event ends. I've already spoken to Dave Halverson. I've already spoken to Steve Dixon, our police chief, to make sure that we're set for that, and it's all good. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the annual Riverkeeper River Sweep cleanup event on May 4th, 2024. May I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Cornwall and Hudson Special Events Committee requests. At our work session, we invited one of the founders of the Cornwall and Hudson Special Events Committee, which was Dominic Cordisco, who is now traipsing across God's green acre, as if you will. And he came in and was very gracious in kind of reading through, giving us a recitation of what the events are. They are in the document for the special meeting. He read through them. The dates don't conflict with anything that's being done at the Donahue Farm property, at the bandstand, or at the Donahue Memorial Park riverfront. There are no conflicts. So I'm going to ask the board to approve the list of events for the Cornwall and Hudson Special Events Committee as articulated by Dominic Cordisco at our April work session and as per document. May I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion?
This will be on their website. I
Yeah,
assume?
they do a great job of promotion, Dave. Good point. But yes, it will be. And you do know that the Cornwall Youth Committee has merged as a subsidiary of the Cornwall and Hudson Special Events Committee, took them out of the town's umbrella and the rec department. And what does it allow them to do? It just allows them to fundraise. So that's what they wanted. So just like the 4th of July committee, the Independence Day committee. Okay.
One other point, just I just note for the record that this includes the sale of alcohol for one or two events
At Oktoberfest
as fundraisers
as well. Yes, as fundraisers. Yes. And actually, I believe that, Bill, when that happens, will we have a separate approval by the board for those alcohol sales, or are we approving them now? All right, then we should do this then. Friday, September 20th, the Oktoberfest at Donahue Farm does include a required permit from the New York State Liquor Authority for the committee to conduct a fundraiser. And then there's one more, the Jimmy Buffett Festival at Donahue Memorial Park with the Parrot Head Band on Saturday, August 24th. Also requires a permit from New York State Liquor Authority. And on Friday, July 5th, the movie on the Hudson at Donahue Memorial Park, which will be Barbie. There also is going to be a fundraiser there requiring a permit from the New York State Liquor Authority. So I'm going to amend it.
June 14th is one.
June 14th is what? Yeah, movie.
There's
Yep.
Four events.
Got
Four
it.
with alcohol.
Okay. Which is another 4th of July committee fundraiser and requires a permit from the New York State Liquor Authority. So those 4 events, subject to approval from the New York State Liquor Authority. I'm going to request that the board consider that and as part of this approval process for the list of special events as provided to us by the Special Events Committee. May I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion?
Yeah, just to appended to the, well, I don't know where we are in the motion. We had the second on the first
Yeah,
one.
we did it twice. I did it twice.
Just that a couple of literally a couple of residents have reached out to me about the fireworks displays on New Year's Eve and complaining about and asking about the duration and the volume of those, and the fact that there were two. And I'm fully prepared to approve all of these events and including the fireworks, but I want to just raise that in the meeting and then ask that we solicit input from residents between now and then, just to ensure that what we're doing doesn't tread on people who live in the neighborhood.
And I think that former trustee Joya also brought up, the volume of music at, the ball drop and the noise and all that. And I think that's fair. I think we can approve this. And then as we get closer to the events, we can discuss the particulars and raise resident issues and have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. All right, moving forward, approval of the Village of Cornwall and Hudson Bandstand Concert Series. You've probably noticed that there's been some work being done at the bandstand, which next year will celebrate its 40th anniversary, which will be the 140th anniversary of the village. And so we were having some repairs done on that. We're having everything done before May 28th. May 28th is the first concert in the concert series. And I believe the concert series, Doris, goes to the end of October, correct? End of September.
24th.
September 24th, last Tuesday in September. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the Village of Cornwall and Hudson's Bandstand Concert Series for 2024 as prepared, presented, and booked by Eddie Hurley, the one of the guitarists for the Hurley Mountain Highway. May I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next item, purchase of 4 AED units for the police department. Obviously, the chief has done a great job in getting grants for this, but we have to move money around until the grants can backfill. So I'm going to make the motion to approve the purchase of 4 automated external defibrillator units to be kept in our police vehicles. The purchased units will cost $5,820 and will be reimbursed through New York State and federal funding. May I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, last. So I spoke to Father Mark. Father Mark Connell is the headmaster, for lack of a better term, at San Miguel Academy in Newburgh. They're on Liberty Street, just down the road from my old stomping grounds, the Boys and Girls Club. I asked him how long San Miguel Academy has been associated with the Village of Cornwall Hudson and Cornwall Landing and using it as a slip to put their rowing shells in the water. He said they've been a subsidiary of the Orange County Rowing Association, which has had a relationship with the village since the mid-2010s. Father Mark believes it was probably around 2016 that they began down here. I had gotten a tacit straw poll approval from the board for a last minute shell dedication, that 2 shells were being donated by donors to San Miguel Academy, and they wanted to have 50 people down at the waterfront. We have done this in the past. We have done this without charging them. They are a nonprofit. We've done it without charging them. And because we have tentatively approved it, I was going to have to retroactively get the board to vote on it before the fee schedule for permit fees was approved by the board. I would argue to the board that we consider waiving it for next Wednesday for them now to do the rescheduled one that they had to cancel because one of the donors was unavailable. We do it Wednesday. I will be down there to speak and to be there to, see their shells out in the water. It'll probably be an hour and a half type of event. Father Mark spoke to the village clerk this morning, and I just said to him, I have to clear through the board, but I'm inclined to waive it, waive the fee, understanding that in the future, we do have a fee schedule for nonprofits, which is the same as the village rate, but I would argue to the board that if we have legacy nonprofits, do we continue to do we continue to give them the opportunity to enjoy the same benefit they had before? Or should we consider, hey, next year, you're going to have to fall in line with the other nonprofits? Something for us to consider down the road. I'm just going to ask you to vote on for this year,
Yeah.
since we were going to do it and waive it as we've done
Something we gotta
before.
talk about.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the dedication of a new boat for the program at San Miguel Academy rowing crew program on May 8th from, it's not going to be from 11 to 3 p.m. It'll probably be closer to 11 to 1 p.m., but just giving it a wide window for them to be down there. May I have a second?
Second.
Um,
Jim, do you know who donated the boat?
two donors. Well, they call them shells,
Yeah.
the rowing shells.
Expensive.
There's two of them. They ain't cheap. So, yeah, so they've got great
That's it.
relationships.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
And
most,
we've helped them, we've helped them out.
these might be
We want
from
the program to
Westchester.
succeed. It's good, great.
And they're a subsidiary under the Orange County Rowing Association. So they pay their fees to have their boats down there and the rigs, the trailers that carry all the shells down there and everything. And it's a wonderful program. And they have almost a 100% rate of putting the kids that come to their academy into college.
Wow.
And that's just an amazing
It is.
feature.
It's not an easy
So,
place.
all right. Any further discussion?
Just estimated attend, and I fully support this, of course, but estimated attendance of 60, but only asking for 3 parking spaces. So
They maybe are bringing a
They're
bus.
going to bring
Might
a
be a
couple
bus.
of
They're a
vans.
bus.
They
They
use
have those vans.
They use vans.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Now,
Right,
will
right,
there
right.
be some extra vehicles down there beyond that?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. I'm going to say because they're going to have,
Wednesday at
So-
1:30.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Probably not
yeah.
an issue.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. That's all I've got. Doris, are we missing anything?
No.
All right, let's end the live show. Actually, let me make a motion to close the special meeting on May 2nd of 2024 at approximately at 4:47 p.m. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Doris, if you'll end the stream. And then,
Record time.
gentlemen, I told you 15, 20 minutes. I told you these were